Okay, well, it's not freezing cold today, but it is miserable. Look at the sky. Look how dreary it is. So, it's not always sunny in Florida. So, the welder quit last night. I won't say it took a poop, because I don't think it did. It just quit working. It's a Dynasty 200DX. I got 2 of these. This is one I actually bought used about 2 years ago off a good friend, and he bought it used, so we don't know how old it is. The other one I bought it brand new. My keys in my truck. You ever have a panic attack because you can't find your keys? Find out I leave them in the truck. So,
somehow
there is a welding store locally that I called and said they can look at it and hopefully repair it. I'll take you along for the ride. So there it is in back of the truck. I'll take it down there. Hopefully it's just something simple, because it was welding fine. I was welding up an intake manifold and I was like 90% done with it, and it just turned off. It didn't give me any symptoms that it was going to break or it started acting funny. It just stopped. So maybe it's like an internal fuse or something like that. I'm not too savvy on electronics, so rather than me take the cover off and poke around in there and probably cause more damage than good, I'll take it to someone that knows what they're doing. It's only took me my whole life to figure that out. I was always the one to take it apart and start poking around in there and realize that I've got above my head, and then take it to somewhere and then they have to fix what was wrong originally and what you did wrong. So it's kind of familiar. We get that now in my shop a lot. We have to fix a car problem and fix what the last guy did, so you got 2 problems to fix. So hopefully it's something simple. So like I said, it's just miserable today. You've seen me drive down this road a lot. I try and make everyone get familiar with us and our surroundings and our shop. So you've seen me drive this way. It seems like every time I leave the shop, I drive down this road. So it's not cold. 73 degrees. It's not quite 9 o'clock. This is Superior, so it does our paint work. You might have followed the white hatch. That's who did the hatch. There's a big American flag. You know where you are now. So one thing about Florida is it goes from super hot to super cold. And again, people say 46 isn't cold. It is cold because it's very humid here. So when it's 46, it's a damp 46. So it actually feels colder. If you look on the app on your phone, it'll say it feels like it's always colder because of the high humidity or dew point, whatever they call it. But the feels like is usually colder. So 46, and then if you have a smidge of wind, it's freezing cold. Well, then in comparison, a day later it'll go up to 84. So if it was 46 every day, you would kind of acclimatize to it, and of course you dress appropriately. You wear long pants, which I never do, and long shirt and underclothes, whatever you're gonna do to stay warm. Well, the problem is it'll be 46, and then by noon it'll be 84, and then just as the sun goes down, it drops back to 50. So it's like hot, cold, so your body never gets used to it. So 46 to 80, whichever way you slice it, that's a big swing. So this is 118th and 49th Street. I can never remember where this place is. So 118th, I need to make a right on 126th, go down, and then a left on 44th Street. So we should be okay from now. Alright, so ESSI is the people I dropped it off at. I'll just give them a shout out. And obviously, if they fix it, I'll give them a shout out too. Alright, so hopefully I didn't just get turned around. I'm terrible with directions, by the way. My wife will contest to this. I bought a GPS for my other truck maybe about 8 years ago because I had to leave my shop, and I went to some shop in Tampa. Then from that shop I had to go to another shop in Tampa, and I'm not as familiar with Tampa as I am in my neck of the woods, Pinellas Park, St. Pete, Clearwater. And I was lost for like an hour and a half. It's almost like I had to come back to my original spot and then from there go to the second business, which was just it chewed up so much time, and I bought a GPS radio unit like that day. Ever since then, I've had a phone. I use my phone to take me wherever I need to, you know, because if not, I'll never find the fastest route between. Hey Siri, take me to LHT Performance.
Getting directions to LHT Performance.
You see, even the quickest way back to my shop, if I need to, I use my phone. Alright folks, something a little different today. This is project make one good car out of two bad ones. So if you can see behind me, I have two black 2002 S2000s the customer brought to us. This was his primary car, got into a wreck. The front is badly damaged and the car was totaled. So he purchased this one over here to transfer the engine and such over. Just scanning over the cars, is actually a lot missing. This one has the dash, the interior wire harness, including the car harness. The harness that goes from front to back is being cut and taken out. Someone's ripped all the parts off this and didn't do a very good job doing it, which means we have to take a lot of parts from this car to put into that car. Alright, so this car has 55,000 miles and was a good car until this happened. Well, it's not just soft sheet metal that got damaged, it's actually twisted the shock support and also some of the suspension mounting points, which some will say this could be fixed. Yes, but is it a good idea fixing? I don't know, I'm not a body shop. It did take quite a bit of damage. You'd probably have to cut the whole clip. It might be bent from here forward, unless you put it on a frame machine and actually check it. It might be more damage than it appears, which is sometimes the case. Interior is pretty much complete. Obviously the airbag's deployed. This one actually does run. It drove from the tow truck to the shop. The other one obviously is a different story. There is no motor in this, and again, at first glance, you go, okay, just replace the motor. But whoever did the removal, you know, there's two ways that you can remove an engine. One, with the intent to work on the car again, and the other, to get the engine out, we don't care about the car. Which, unfortunately, this was the second. Fuel lines and evaporative hoses are cut. The slid cylinder was unbolted, which I guess that was nice of them to do that, not cut the hose. Engine mount looks like it's broken, so rather than removing it, they just ripped the engine out there, probably pulled it the rest of the way. There is mounting tabs that kind of stop that coming all the way apart. Fuse box is gone, battery's gone, ABS control, power steering control module down there is gone. Some of this wiring is somewhat put together, and the harness that goes from this side of the car and goes back, that's removed. Dash has gone. Actually, we don't have the dash, it was just sitting in the car loose. So who knows what went on with this car. It's one of those things I wish the cars could tell a story. Dash is out. Whole ignition switch and wiring behind the dash. I mean, the pedals are there, but the whole harness in there has gone. So it's actually quite involved changing this over. Some wiring in here. We noticed had been cut. This harness here, and there's 4 wires in here. Someone just cut that. Obviously it controls the e-brake, and some of the wiring over here is still there, but various modules have been unplugged. So it's actually a pretty big undertaking. More to it than meets the eye. So I'm going to go to the customer and kind of let him know what's involved, tell him it's not just a simple engine swap. Alright, so there was a change of plan on the S2000, and after talking to the customer and giving him my honest opinion, I mean, he has the wrecked car and then the one he purchased, which is a lot worse than we expected, or worse than he expected. There's a lot of body damage. So between the hours that we would have to change everything from one good car to the donor car, and then he's still got a lot of body damage, he's going to end up with a lot of money in it. It's not really going to be a very good car for the money as invested. So we talked back, you know, a couple of options, and I kind of recommended don't spend the money. Piece out the one with the low miles, go ahead and sell that, make some money back, sell the shell. I mean, right now you can get a nice 2000 to a 2003 S2000 for less money than he's going to have tied up, and of course you'll find one with less body damage. So sorry to disappoint you, but that build isn't going to happen. And please don't message me about buying parts from that car. I don't have the car, it's in his possession. If he does put some kind of link or a listing up for the parts, I'll tag, what do I do? Link it in the video so you can find it. But again, you know, giving him my honest opinion, I wouldn't want to take the guy's money knowing that the car that he's chose to put the engine in has all kinds of body damage, and who knows, it kind of looks like it was a theft recovery to me. So that ain't gonna happen. Sorry to disappoint you. Okay, so something else I've been meaning to talk about, I haven't had a chance, we've had so many things going on here, is the eBay auction for the ornament, the one that Esther made, the one that I almost lost my phone because I held it down and she hit it with the drill, and the drill anyway. So we put that up on the eBay auction, and it's for a charity for a shelter, and it's the animal shelter here locally. So that actually brought a lot more money than expected. And it's funny, the person that won it said, you know what, I don't need the decoration, don't send it to me, it'll cost more in taxes to get it. Incidentally, he's the owner of the white Civic in Curacao. Thank you, buddy. So he said, don't worry about it, it's going to cost more in shipping, more in taxes, just keep it. And here's our donation. So keep an eye out for that video. I'll put more about it. I want to make a separate video on that and bring you up to speed of what's going on. So just so you don't think that we forgot about it and, I don't know, we're keeping the money and going out and spending it. That is a video coming up real soon. It's going to be coming up before Christmas. Today is the 18th of December. It will be done and up before Christmas, I promise. Stay tuned. Okay, so a lot of people have asked, and I keep forgetting to address it, what is the little ice scraper thing hanging on the wall? What's the deal? What is it? You guys are in Florida. So the story behind that is my dad still lives in England. England is where I'm originally from, and during the winter months you have to deal with ice and snow and stuff. Ice on the windshield is the biggest problem, and all the jobs I used to have in England, my car used to sit outside. I never owned a garage. And you come out in the morning or after work, whatever, you sit and scrape the windshield, you run the wipers, you got the heat on. You used to buy cans of stuff called de-icer. Again, for my guys that don't live in the winter or the cold places, this de-icer was in an aerosol can. They probably have a better option now, but you used to spray this stuff on. It used to melt the ice. You scrape it, get the windshield washer, windshield wipers, and clear the windshield and hopefully defog the windshield enough to be able to drive the thing home. It sucked. People that live there, you know it sucks. I know you have. This is a drastic improvement from the piece of plastic used to scrape. It's an actual glove. You stick your hand in it, and then this gives you the scraper, and it keeps your hand warm while you're trying to get the car de-iced, just to drive the thing home or drive it to work so you can do it all again the next day. So why did he send me this? The reason he sent me it is a reminder, hey, when you're having a bad day, you know, when things are not going the way you want, when you're making plans and, you know, they're not falling into place, just be happy you don't have to scrape your windshield at the end of the day. Even when it's chilly. It's sunny. There's very few days it's not sunny in Florida. And the phone is ringing. And Esther is not here. It's 5 to 10. She should be here by now. So unfortunately, I don't answer the phones, because if I do, I'll talk and talk and talk. As you can tell by camera, I get talking. I don't shut up. So if you have a subject car-related that I'm interested in, I won't shut up and I won't get anything done. So that's the story behind the ice scraper.